recommend that Patrick get back with Summit or whatever engineer you choose and let them kind of evaluate those options and put a firm cost together for that.
I have a question, but is that not the easiest route? Going behind and straight across?
Yes, ma'am. So I think we kind of stayed away from that route when Summit was originally looking at it because it was Norfolk Southern property, thinking we could never get an easement to go across their property. But that route is the most direct, and it's only about 500 feet where the others are almost 800.
Why would we waste money doing that? The one that goes behind us going right straight across.
Yeah, at the time when we were talking with Summit, it was a matter of that's Norfolk Southern property, and if based on my experience, you've got us at Normal World, and then important people. You've got the state assembly, God, and then Norfolk Southern. So that was one of those things that it's hard to get them to say, sure, you can put something on our property.
Have you tried?
We have not gone that route yet, but the one thing that, if y'all remember a few council meetings back, you approved to put in an offer to purchase the properties, and I believe the mayor got a response back that says they're considering it.
So are you talking about going down in front of West Main?
No.
No, back, not
Right
on
here.
the road.
Parallel.
Yeah.
Parallel.
Okay. Is it good that it runs under parking lots like that? Cause in the event something happens, you gotta clear the parking lot out?
Well, you want to tear up any road, you do tear up a road or you tear up a parking lot.
Yeah, we usually put sewer in the road.
Put it in the road, you want to tear up the road, or put it in the parking lot, you tear up the parking lot. I'd rather tear up the parking lot.
We would want to keep it out of the parking spaces just so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But-
that makes more sense than coming in at an angle.
But that's kind of the route
Yeah,
we're
that's
looking
it.
at.
Yeah.
If that's all you have, that's all he came to discuss. There's no vote on this.
All right, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging in there.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here as long as you have.
I know.
The last one, discussion of sanitation service, current fees.
Yes, let me just read this, and hopefully we can get through this quick. I'm not looking for a vote tonight, I'm just looking for y'all to think about this, and we can talk about this at another time. Currently, the town of Packlet provides trash service for residents and some businesses. For those located within the town limits, there is a $45 fee charged to residents each year for this service. If a resident wants an additional cart, they currently pay a one-time fee of $70. There's currently no additional $45 annual fees for a new cart. Should residents pay $45 each trash cart that they have, or just one per residence as they currently do? Does that make sense? Do y'all understand what the current, all residents pay $45 per residential household. Those that have two carts still only pay $45. We have had residents who want an additional trash cart but can't afford the $70 fee. There may be an opportunity that if you book that into the annual fee on there, that they would pay, say, $45 for the first year, and then every year beyond that would just be $45. That may be a way to allow people to have another cart who can't put $70 up front the first time. The town has been providing trash service to some commercial businesses. However, it's currently not allowed by ordinance. And so would the town like to add a fee for businesses? Should the town continue to allow this service to expand to other businesses? Should the fee be the same as residents of $45? Like I said, just questions that I want y'all to ponder, and we can talk about another time. There are those that live just outside of the town of Packlet that may be interested in receiving sanitation services. would you be interested in providing those services at a higher rate to those just outside the town limits? An example of that I know is in Anderson. The city of Anderson has their own water sewer, and there's properties that are just outside the city limits, and they provide those for people who are just outside the city limits, but they pay a higher rate than residents that are in the city. This could be a way for us to make some additional revenue for the town, where there's one property outside of the town that we could pick up. Our crews are already there. Spartan Waste currently provides sanitation service at $65 per 3 months, which is $21.67 per month. The current fee in Packlet is $45 a year, or roughly $375 a month. The ordinance chapter regarding related sanitation service has not been updated for the new carts and guidelines. Would you like me to make suggested changes to the ordinance which is more in line with our current service?
Can you look into it and see what we can
Y'all, if you can, and do, I don't know what time it is right now, it's probably late. If y'all
Well,
just,
I think that's another incentive that we do have, is that our sanitation is only $45.
and I'm not suggesting to increase it.
My concern with allowing trash services for town or houses outside of city limits, is that not an incentive to annex?
It is an incentive to annex.
So if we offer the trash service and they don't have to annex, then why?
You would, depending on what that fee ends up being, it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of, it's maybe a little bit cheaper than Spartan Waste, but it's enough that we're able to pick up additional, revenue for the town. One idea, well, I don't wanna say this out loud here, but,
Something they gotta finish.
but I'll put something together, I'll put some ideas out there. And if y'all wanna, provide, I've got questions in here, I'm looking for answers from y'all on here of what y'all think. But it's a new revenue service, it's a way that, we could end up having our trash guys do 5 days a week of trash pickup, which they would prefer it to be, and then bring an additional revenue in for the town.
Then we lose our chipper days.
Yes,
No, I said no, that's, we got too many limits bringing on chip.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
I don't have any comment.
you got anything? I'm good. How about you?
He's good.
You good? How about you? Good. Motion for adjourn? Motion adjourned, second. All in favor? All opposed?